So, what if you've cracked the code? The secret to turning a free for all community into a powerhouse paid ecosystem. Well, if that's you, then this is an opportunity you really don't want to miss. We are on the hunt for a true expert to lead a masterclass on monetizing peer groups. And in this quick explainer, we're going to walk you through exactly how you can land that spot. Let's dive in. Okay, let's just cut right to the chase with the big question. Can your specific expertise solve a multi-million-dollar problem? Because that's what's on the table. This isn't just another speaking slot on a webinar. This is a high-stakes masterclass where your ideas will be challenged and adopted by industry leaders who are ready to write checks. It's all about solving a very real, very urgent business challenge. Here's our game plan for the next few minutes. First, we're going to look at the stage itself, who you'll be talking to. Then we'll get super specific about the kind of expert we need. After that, we'll dive into how to craft a proposal that actually wins, the nuts and bolts of submitting it, and finally, what that 90-minute masterclass looks like on the day. All right, let's jump into section 1, a stage for innovators. This is all about the audience because you need to know who you're speaking to, and in this case, it's the Virtual Summiteers Peer Group. Now, this isn't your average audience. We're talking about a curated group of leaders. They're all running these loose, often free communities, and their single biggest goal is to transform them into structured, high-value, paid organizations. They're looking for a roadmap, a guide to help them make that jump, and that's exactly where you, hopefully, come in. So now that you know who's in the room, let's talk about who we need on the stage. This section is all about defining the ideal speaker profile for this masterclass, which is slated for May of 2026. This slide really lays out the brass tacks. The focus is laser sharp: community, business, strategy, and sustainability. We're not looking for theory. We need real-world application. Ideally, you're someone like a head of community revenue, the founder of a successful paid community, or maybe a VP of membership services. The format is simple: a tight 45-minute presentation followed by a really deep 15 to 30-minute Q&A session. Okay, so if you looked at that last slide and thought, hey, that sounds like me, then this next section is critical. Let's build your winning proposal blueprint. This is how you craft an application that makes us say, we have to have this person. This quote, this is it. This is the heart of the entire session. This is the question that's keeping these leaders up at night. Your proposal, your title, your entire presentation has to be a direct and powerful answer to this exact problem. So how do you answer that question? Your proposal needs to stand on these 4 pillars. First, you got to show you know how to build a tiered value architecture. Think free, standard, and premium levels. Second, what about money beyond memberships? You need strategies for that. Third, sponsorships, not just getting them, but getting the right ones. And finally, you have to nail the operations and retention strategy. It's the whole shebang. Let's talk results. We want every single person to walk away from your session with concrete tools. This is non-negotiable. They must leave with a blueprint for pricing tiers, at least 2 or 3 fresh ideas for revenue streams they hadn't thought of, and a framework for vetting sponsors. Your job is to deliver immediate, actionable value, period. Feeling up for the challenge? Good. Let's get practical. This section covers the final step, submitting your application. The details here are super important, so pay close attention. Your title is your first impression, and it has to be killer. Just look at this example. It's not just a title, it's a promise. It's specific, it talks about a SaaS model, and it dangles a really compelling result: 90% retention. That's the kind of impactful title you should be aiming for. Next up, your bio. You have exactly 150 words. That's it. So you know what that means. Every single word has to fight for its right to be there. Cut the fluff, focus directly on your expertise in monetization and membership growth. Make it short, sweet, and powerful. Okay, here's a quick checklist of the main application fields. You've got your compelling title, that punchy 150-word bio, and this is crucial, a case study summary. We want to see your best monthly recurring revenue growth metric. That's the proof. And finally, there's a checkbox where you promise this talk is all about frameworks and education, not a sales pitch. Okay, let's fast forward. Your application was amazing. You're selected. What now? This is our final section, your 90-minute masterclass. Here's a quick look at what the day itself is going to be like. The session itself is a lean, mean 90-minute machine. No fluff. After a quick intro, the floor is yours for your 45-minute presentation. Then we carve out a solid 15 to 30 minutes for a guided peer Q&A, which is where some of the best insights come out. A quick outro, and we wrap everything up by 11:30 a.m. Eastern. It's all designed for maximum impact, zero wasted time. So we'll leave you with this final thought. This is so much more than a speaking gig. It's a real chance to directly influence the leaders who are building the next wave of professional communities. If you've got the frameworks to solve their single biggest problem, then you know what to do. So the real question is, are you ready to help shape the future of community business?